Three subjects that are intricately linked in eating disorders are the set point theory, the pursuit of thinness, and the restriction-binge-guilt cycle. As mentioned in the previous video, a person's set point is the weight that they are genetically predisposed to, which is paired to a certain amount of nutritional needs. If we compare the set point to the surface of the water, a restrictive behavior can be synonymous to holding a piece of styrofoam that was at the surface of the water and pushing it down under. Once the styrofoam is underwater, it doesn't matter if it's been down there for 2 days, 2 months, or 2 years, it will always look to come back to the surface. Meanwhile, the person who is keeping the piece of styrofoam down there has to continuously exert energy and pressure. And as soon as they let go, the piece of styrofoam will not slowly make its way back to the surface, but instead will shoot up out of the water. And that is what we can understand as a binging episode. A similar physiological experience would be holding your breath. If you restrict your breath, so if you push the piece of styrofoam underwater, what happens when you let go? You will experience a binging episode of air. The difference here is that you're going to be inclined to trust your body in being able to regain control and regulate your breathing. So it will fluctuate in the beginning until finding its way back to the surface and floating there. In someone who has an eating disorder, the difference is that guilt sets in after the binging episode. So instead of just letting their nutritional needs find their way back to their set point, they will have the tendency to want to push them back down underwater again, which gives rise to the restriction-binge-guilt cycle. And so, as soon as that same person lets go of their restrictive tendencies again, the binging will ensue, followed by the guilt, which leads back to restriction. A very useful tool applied to help people put an end to this vicious cycle is a meal plan. The purpose of a meal plan is to slowly and gradually help the person interrupt the restriction and binging behaviors by ensuring adequate, varied, and regular food intakes, which will help them find their way back to their set point.